something missing, the shower pissing, all up in your mouth. You think I'm kidding? Poe and Ponder, and I'm back with another video. Yo, please come and thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications so you have my videos in your possession each and every time I go live or I do uploads. I hope y'all all doing well. I definitely wanted to come and talk about this Cassie, Diddy, the trial begun. Just so much craziness going on. Listen, first and foremost, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel, support the channel. The Cash App is in the comments below. I hope y'all all doing well. Y'all know I haven't done a video in like days, you know what I'm saying? I just been really focused on myself, focused on my health, like doing really good. I'm also gonna drop the link to my walking challenge. Shout out to all of y'all. I got about 17 people in the group right now. Shout out to all of y'all who signed up and getting your walk on, moving for better health and all of that. So listen, let's jump into it. So Cassie, today she testified. A lot of the dark secrets got exposed, you know what I'm saying? Just a lot. And I will admit to you, I was listening to Nick at Night, and then I also was like speaking to a group of people who I converse with on Twitter in the DM. So it's like I'm listening to messages coming through, so I couldn't really listen to the live. So in real time, I'm looking at this Twitter page and I'm looking at the updates from what Cassie is stating. Now, I will admit to you, right, I do think that Diddy is a demon, but based on what I was reading at the time, I felt as though that she was like admitting that she was kind of like complacent to it, and I felt as though the testimony that she was given was not like, listen, I know that Diddy is a devil. He's guilty of something. Listen, they've been saying Diddy is a devil since I was a young kid in high school. And I got some song lyrics from Lil Kim that coincides into the stuff that Cassie said. Oh, we gonna get into it. I'm gonna read through some of the the transcripts. I'm gonna actually go to this blog. They just got some excerpts from some things that Cassie said. We're gonna go through that. I'm gonna touch on some song lyrics too that I think that coincides from Lil Kim. Yes, it's crazy. D-Rock brung up D-Rock, Biggie Smalls, Lil Kim manager. Whole thing is crazy. Suge Knight. We're gonna get into it. So listen, today's the day. I think they ended the jury selection yesterday. Shout out to all of the YouTube bloggers that's out there. I think I seen Tisa Tells out there. Armand Wiggins, he was also out there too. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody who's doing their thing and out there, right? So listen, so let's jump straight into it. So Cassie takes the witness stand to testify in the Diddy's SCX trafficking trial. So crazy. So let's just jump straight into it. So Cassie testified that Combs would mash her head, drag her, kick her, and stomp her head while she was down, right? So this kind of like coincides with the violent hotel video that we seen, and Diddy tried to say that this was some sort of domestic dispute and whatever. Let's move on. Cassie testified. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna read a few, and then because I'm not gonna stop on each and every one. Let's get through it and let's talk and chit chat. So Cassie testified that her relationship with Combs ran a gamut from good times to arguments and physical altercations. If there were violent arguments, it would usually result in some sort of physical abuse and dragging, just different things, Cassie told the jurors. All right. Okay. So Cassie testified that Combs would mash her head, kick her, drag her. She said that it happened frequently. We just kind of grazed over that and read that. Cassie was asked briefly about the freakoffs as she was shown still images of the infamous 2016 security footage of Combs beating her in the Los Angeles hotel. Cassie said before that altercation, we were having an encounter. They were having a freak off. And I was leaving there. So it sounds as though that she was trying to get out of Dodge. All right. So Cassie noticeably pregnant on the witness stand. Yeah, I did see she was pregnant. They said she 8 months pregnant up there. My heart goes out to her. So she's pregnant on the witness stand, has been emotional from the start of her testimony, and she takes deep breaths and sometimes pauses as she speaks. She said, Sean controlled a lot of my life, whether it was career, the way I dressed, everything. I just did not have much to say in that time, Cassie testified. Now, I will say this. I felt as though some of the things that Cassie was saying in her testimony, she was kind of stating as though that she wanted to stay to satisfy Diddy. And I kind of was getting mad because, listen, I wanted her to nail it to him and give it to him because, based on the way that Diddy is being portrayed, I felt as though he was holding her against her will, but she said she wanted to stay. I don't know how that's going to impact the case, but when I heard that, I was kind of let down. Like, damn, like I thought he was holding her there to do this freak off. And that whole thing is weird too. Diddy, weird. Well, I don't understand. Like, to me, Diddy didn't like Cassie. He wanted to see other men bang her, multiple men. It's just like, that's weird. Why you ain't bang her? This is completely weird to me, right? So she went on saying that he controlled her life. All right. So when the prosecutor questioned about the freak off, she said that she was barely 22 when Combs asked her to do them. She said that she was confused, nervous, but also loved him very much. See, love will get you into some mess, right? So she asked how she felt about Combs first proposed engaging in freak offs. Cassie says she just remembers that her stomach was fell to her butt, meaning that she was nervous or whatever, just nervousness and confusion at the moment. She said that she didn't feel like she could say no to Combs because she didn't know what no could be or what it could turn into, which stated that she learned that could be violence or blackmail threats. Yo, listen, we be thinking so bad that we want to be in this industry where the envy really be. These people got money, Diddy got money, all of this, and these people still miserable. I'm gonna wait to listen. All right, Cassie continues answering questions about Diddy on the stand. All right, let's move. So just before the break, Cassie testified that the longest freak off she participated in Diddy with was 4 days. A freak off for 4 days. Poom poom tired, body tired. This is crazy. Let me tell you something, right? Sex is good, right? I like to have one-on-one sex. I like that. I like intimacy. But I'm not willing to risk my life and my sexual health. I'm not willing to risk my reputation. And most of all, I'm not willing to mistreat another person over intimacy. It's just like you get money, you want more money. You have money and you want to have sex, you want to do it more. And this is the downfall of many of these people. Look at Shannon Sharp, and I know Shannon Sharp, ooh, you know that you happy what's going on right now because it takes the eye off of you. No, Shannon, we ain't forget. So listen, the freak offs became a job to Cassie, she stated. She stated that adding that other encounters went on for 36 to 48 hours. All right, could you imagine? Poom poom stress. She testified that the marathon sessions often left her needing time to recover from dehydration, fatigue, and drug use. Yeah, you got to be on drug use to do that. And it's like, Diddy, you like she was your human masturbatory sleeve for other men. I don't even really feel like she just she wanted to be with him, but it's like she was having intimacy with all these other men. Yo. Cassie testified that having sex with Diddy Cassie testified that having sex with Diddy for the first time felt like a turning point. She said that it made her feel closer to him, and that as they spent more time together, she believed that they were in a monogamous relationship. In hindsight, I know that that wasn't the case, she said. Sean Combs had many girlfriends. And I don't understand why he wanted her to be with other men so much, to get off on it and asking her how it felt when she was getting the D by other men. It's like, I felt as though it was something that he was hiding from her too, because why was he so obsessed with the D? All right. Over time, Combs became increasingly controlling and sometimes was violent. Cassie testified. You make the wrong face, and the next thing I know, you make the wrong face, and the next thing I know, I was getting hit in the face. Cassie said that if she didn't respond to his call right away, that there would be an incessant calls until she did, and Combs' staff, including security workers, would join in on the pursuit, D-rocking them. That's crazy. Cassie testified that she was insanely jealous early in her relationship, that Diddy with Diddy, saying that it stems from her being super young. She was being manipulated, master manipulation. All right. So I didn't get that. She said I didn't get that he was him, and as he would say, I'm Puffy, I'm Puff Daddy. What did she say? I'm Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy has many rules, like the company of women, she recalled. Whatever. So though they saw other people at times, Cassie stated that she eventually believed that they were monogamous. He expected that of me, so I assumed the same. No, baby, you was the pass around poom poom. That's the way And Diddy, you gonna get your karma for this, all right? Combs told her, I'm not dealing with anyone else, just us. Of course, they all say that. Yo, prosecutor Emily Johnson asked Cassie what happened to her music career and the albums that were never released. So Cassie stated that she recorded hundreds of songs, some leaked online and others just didn't see the light of day. She testified that much of the time was taken up by freak-offs. Could you imagine you thinking that it's gonna be me and you, and she's dropping these songs, and she thinking that she gonna go to stardom. And even though I personally just want to insert this right here, I don't feel like Cassie was a huge star like that. I just don't. I don't think she was. You know, maybe Puff sensed it too. I don't think that he should have used her in other ways to make up for it. But I liked about 2 Cassie songs, maybe 2 or 3. All right. So she said the freak-offs took up most of her time. Freak-offs became a job, and there was no space to do anything else but to recover and to feel normal again. And you know what was really sick and twisted and demented to me? That somebody of the stature of Puff Daddy would go on Backpage and Craigslist. Backpage and Craigslist. Weirdo behavior. That's weird. That's sick. That's sick. You don't deserve your stardom. You don't deserve your fame, your acclaim, none of that. You don't deserve it. You going on Craigslist to get up? But then I was speaking with somebody earlier, and they said that people they rather go to Craigslist than go to the different other sites for sex, because it's probably less traceable, and you can't really, you know what I'm saying? You paying. So listen, you could be on Craigslist and making $6,000 as an intimate worker. That's crazy. All right. So after the Las Vegas trip, Cassie said that she was invited by Combs to hotels in New York City where they would talk about music projects and albums. When Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson asked what happened in the hotels, Cassie took a deep breath, and she said that she was introduced to the idea of oral intimacy at the hotels, oral sex. All right, giving toppings till it's popping. Cassie also noted that Combs is 17 years older than her, and that she was sexually inexperienced when they first got together. All right, so she stated that she eventually had sex with Combs on a boat during a trip to Miami. She said that they had wine in the afternoon, and then Combs introduced her to ecstasy for the first time. It's always a relationship, a situationship where people getting introduced to drugs. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm the co-worker. I might come to work and say that I ain't ordering out today, and you might get me to get some Chick-fil-A, or you might get me to order some. I ain't doing no drugs though. I'm not a person who's easily persuaded, to be honest. I have mind control, willpower, all of that. But some people, they follow and they get into it, and sometimes it's to your detriment. So Cassie continued on. She said, I didn't know what would happen. Cassie elaborated on why she felt it was so difficult to refuse Combs' demands, reiterating that her fears of violence and blackmail videos, because he's recording the freak-offs, being disseminated on the internet. So Sean is a really polarizing person, Cassie stated, and she said that he's also charming. It's really hard to be able to decide in that moment what you need when he's telling you what he wants. I didn't know what would happen. All right. So we just reading through some of the documents. This is interesting, like just to see that. All right. So this is just interesting to see. For me, it's more so of a thing of what people with money waste their time on. Like, why aren't you traveling the world? Like, why aren't you in different countries, like vlogging it? Like Diddy could have had, Diddy, you see how they have like Mr. Beast, and he's like the top streamed on YouTube for doing like, you know, whatever he does in his realm. But it's like, Diddy, you have so much money. Why couldn't you vlog and like get that bag out of YouTube too and make millions a month off of that? I know he had the revolt situation, but it's just like, why couldn't you be great in that? This is why, I promise you, I can't say it enough. If I had that stature and I was making that money, it would be so hard for you to get me. It would be. You have to set up meetings to even talk to me. I promise you, I wouldn't want no ties to nobody, because this is what stuff like this happen. These people get so diluted out here and making so much money to where it's just like, $10,000 is a crumb to them. $1 million is a crumb to them. And now look what's happening. Look what's proceeding as he is under the radar now. Crazy. So let's continue on. Cassie details different freak-off experiences, denies wanting to be urinated on, and more on the stand. And I told you that was going to happen yesterday when the sex worker came and he stated that Cassie asked to be urinated on. I told you that was not true. And listen, I want to say this right now and insert this. Lil Kim Ooh, Lil Kim, right? Lil Kim has some lyrics. Now, Lil Kim collaborated with Diddy on her first album on the song No Time. I know that it was written by Biggie Smalls. And it's kind of like, I don't know, I feel a certain type of way about it. Like, is it homoerotic? Because, you know, on the song No Time, it's like they was talking freaky to each other, you know, on it. How you like it, baby? From the front, to the back. Get that ass a smack. Bet your man can't do it like that. Can't work the middle, cause it's too little. This is what Diddy said to her. Can't work the middle, cause it's too little. Let me grab your tatas, do your cha-cha, make you scream papa. Lil Kim, you the best dada. Now watch mama. Now work it down, dick the jaw, crazy. She said work it down, dick the jaw, crazy. Say my name, baby, before you nut. I'ma dribble down your butt cheeks, make you wiggle and giggle just a little. I'm drinking Baileys, then I cracks for the Mercedes. So that was that, right? The other part that I wanted to connect with this is on her second album. She got this song called Queen Bee Part 2. Wait a minute. Before I get to Queen Bitch Part 2, I want to tell you about the last verse on No Time. So on the last verse of No Time, Lil Kim comes in right back at ya, the one Cleopatra, digging in your stash. And Diddy said this, niggas think they gon' get some ass. Lil Kim, no money, no licky. F your dicky and your quickie. Give me your loot, your Mac 11 then shoot. Your game ain't sweet. Like if you can't wet it, forget it. Don't sweat it, I bet it. And let me just tell you this, right? Biggie and Diddy going back and forth on this, because I know Lil Kim didn't write that. Biggie was just more loyal than the Jay-Z and the Foxy. Jay-Z was putting his name on every and any song that he wrote by Foxy. Biggie was loyal. I know that Lil Kim wasn't even smart enough to rap, because she never rapped like that again. If you can't wet it, forget it. Don't sweat it, I bet it. Make you come smooth if you let it. She never rapped like album 1 again. So just the sexual talk on that. But this is where I ties it in at. If you go to Lil Kim's second album, she got a song called Queen Bitch Part 2. Queen Bitch Part 2, on it, she has some freaky talk. And y'all know who y'all are. Wanna battle, better call. Notes and all that ish. You legit, spit a ball. What? See, I run this show. Got the illest flow. I'm trying to get to the part where she said, N-words wanna run up in my pussy like a pap smear. I'ma tell you now, just like I told you last year. Niggas ain't hitting it unless they lick the kitten. Too many chickens just be licking. I'm a picky one. She like her dicks rock hard, not the sticky ones that taste like slob. Listen, this is gonna relate to this, to the next part. Something missing. The shower pissing all up in your mouth. You think I'm kidding? Now I ain't gonna lie. Let me just say that again, what she said. N-words wanna get up in my P-word like a pap smear. I'ma tell you now, just like I told you last year. Hitters ain't licking it unless they the kitten. Too many chickens just be licking and I'm a picky one. She like her rock hard, not the sticky ones that taste like slob. And something missing. The shower pissing all up in your mouth. What? You think I'm kidding? Something missing. The shower pissing all up in your mouth. What? You think I'm kidding? I like the next part. Now everything we do, we got a right to. You criticize me, we despise you. If what they say is true, we the baddest crew. I'm far from broke, so why should I be mad at you? That's one line. Let me read a little bit more, and then I'm going to get into some other lyrics that Lil Kim had. All right? So let's go. So Cassie testified that she made money through hosting parties, not her music, but only through Diddy's approval. All right. Diddy allegedly criticized her appearance, saying that she looked too Mexican with a particular hairstyle. He preferred her nails white with French tips. You know, she talked about that, where he liked her touching the D's, the black D's, big D's with the pink tips with the French tips on. Her hairstyles varied, and she mentioned shaving her head back in 2009. Everybody thought that was so crazy. She testified that Diddy told her to work out and to prepare for freak-offs. When asked, how did you feel about the comments? She said it varied how she felt. All right. Cassie recalled an incident with Combs left her during a freak-off at his Los Angeles home and to confront a rival record executive, Suge Knight. This is where D-Rock comes in. So he left her at the LA home to go confront a record executive rival, Suge Knight. So All right. So at Mel's Drive-In, which was a popular diner nearby, I know that Suge Knight people getting this information like, what? Yo, I felt like even if they didn't get a chance to press Suge Knight or have some sort of conversation, that this is going to cause another issue down the line, because it's like, Diddy, what was you doing? You know how people are. Combs sprang into action, and his bodyguard came in and told him that about Knight's whereabouts. She explained, this is also snitching and giving inside information. She explained, Combs and the bodyguard, dressed in all black clothes, grabbed guns from the safe and loaded into a SUV. She said that she was crying, screaming, "Please don't do anything stupid," Cassie testified. "I was really nervous for them. I didn't know what they were going to do," she said. "It was like I wasn't even there." Cassie said Diddy later returned, but she didn't say what she didn't say, what happened. It was unclear if he ended up seeing Knight or anything. So she said that, she didn't mention what happened. Not so good. All right. So she said Diddy returned. All right. Cassie testified that Diddy paid for things like cars, gave her cash, but would take them back based on his mood. When asked what else would be taken away, she answered, "My self-confidence." All right. She said that the staff would also take stuff away. So imagine you being in your 20s and they treat you like some little kid, like you damn in elementary, middle school, and they trying to like take stuff away from you, being based on you being defiant to Diddy because he's damn treating you like a damn dog. What? She also testified that her laptop, phone were taken by security whenever she was being punished by Diddy. So they would take her stuff and would be kept as long as the punishment lasted. She was in daily contact with Diddy's staff. She identified people in the photos: Christina, Coram, KK, Miss Fletcher, and D-Rock, who was a part of Diddy's security then. All right. So Cassie testified that her first freak off occurred in Los Angeles home at the age of 22 around 2008. She said a male Las Vegas stripper came to the house just months after Combs told her about his interest in voyeurism. Freak. All right. Cassie said the freak offs were a very choreographed experience with lots of baby oil. The substance would be heated up, a closed bottle placed in the sink filled with hot water, and applied liberally because Combs wanted her glistening constantly. He got OCD. He's like, he want her to like, not a drop of the body better not be, he want the whole body glistening. Weird. See, these people, they get money, they have expectations, they see a thing, they want it, it's like you see a commercial on TV. You ever see a commercial for Subway and you see how the meatball sub look all built up, then when you go get it, it look like, It's like, why it don't look like TV? But you know that it don't look like TV. You know that they spruce it up for marketing, promotion, and all of that. But Diddy strikes me as a person like, oh, this don't look like how it look on TV. No, I need you to make it look how it look. Very demanding, deluded. All right? So she said Diddy would call her out when she looked dry. He called Cassie out when she looked dry. This is what she stated on the stand. He ordered me to reapply, sometimes requiring a new coat of baby oil every 5 minutes or so. What? Is my light working? If she looked dry, he required a new coat of baby oil every 5 minutes or so. All right. On one occasion, she said that a blow-up pool with baby oil and other lubricants was placed in the hotel room, and she was told to get inside in her outfits and shoes. Get inside of the baby pool with her outfit and shoes on. That's like he was making a pure clown out of you, a fool out of you. She also said that close to 10 large-sized bottles of baby oil will be used during the freak-offs. It was such a mess, she said. It was like, what are we doing? An email exchange was shown in court, and the email Cassie referred to Diddy as Pop Pop. She testified that Diddy asked her what she called her grandfather, and while she went along with it, she thought that it was disrespectful. So he wanted her to call him what she called her grandfather? Weird, mentally ill. The man is sick. Another message introduced where Cassie wrote to Diddy that she really needs the FUCK. All right. When asked why she sent it, she said it was why she sent it. She said that it was because she wanted to be with him. In a separate message, Diddy asked if she wanted to stop, and Cassie responded by calling herself predictable. All right. The prosecution asked what she believed the message meant. Cassie said that she thought that he understood she didn't want to keep doing it. But she pulled back out of fear and added that her fear stemmed from his past violent behavior. Cassie testified that she responded to the escort ads on Craigslist. Come on, could you imagine? Tied to is Diddy a billionaire, multi-millionaire? At least we know. Responding to ads on Craigslist. Diddy. This who you wanted around you in your circumference. These are the people you wanted to have in close proximity of you. And your status, your stature. Come on. All right. So Cassie testified that she responded to escort ads on Craigslist and Backpage while in New York. When asked if she ever contacted escorts on her own, she said no. All right. In court, when asked by the prosecutors if she wanted to be urinated on, remember what I said about Lil Kim? Don't forget the shower pissing all up in your mouth. You think I'm kidding? Listen, the reason why I say this whole thing about the shower pissing with Lil Kim, Young Miami also was talking about urinated and talking about being treated just like a pure urinal. Pure urinal. Cassie now talking about urination. I think it's a link to it. I personally feel like Lil Kim has seen a lot as it pertains to Diddy, and I feel like she's silent. Her boyfriend, her artist that she was even with, I can't remember what was his name. Something Brown. He did a video with Lil Kim. If I could find it, I'll insert it. And in the video, he said, "I'm Lil Kim's artist." Of course, I asked her, if that stuff with Diddy was true. If I find it, I'll insert it. Right. So in court, when asked by the prosecutor if she wanted to be urinated on, Cassie replied no, calling the experience disgusting and saying that she choked due to too much urine in her mouth. And Lil Kim talking about the shower pissing all up in your mouth. You think I'm kidding? Wow. No one could. And check that song out, Queen Bitch Part 2 on her album. What is that? Notorious Kim. Her second album, Queen B Part 2. Check it out. All up in your mouth. What? You think I'm kidding? Yeah, I think she got it on with Diddy too. She stated that Diddy urinated on her and emphasized, "I didn't want anyone to urinate on me." Cassie said it happened often though. When asked about the hotel damages, she identified that the Intercontinental in New York as the most expensive, noting they had to redecorate the whole room. This is what people doing with money. You just got so much money, they like, screw that. We at the hotel night, we're gonna wreck the room and just pay for it and just redecorate the whole room. It's about being a decent human being. At the end of the day, you got that much power and all of that. You could just run roughshod through anywhere and just tear up stuff. Wow. Cassie said that she took ecstasy and alcohol beforehand and wore a masquerade mask as a part of disguise as instructed by Diddy. Each session lasted until the escort finished, and she recalled at least 2 such encounters with the first escort. She said that she had 2 encounters with the first escort that they in Las Vegas. All right. So Cassie testified that she didn't recall the freakoffs. She didn't recall all of the freakoffs because there were way too many. She said that she wanted to stop, describing the experience as humiliating, which I believe that Diddy did that to her because he wanted to make sure that he had her caught, that, you did all of this, you effed all these people, while he wanted to see her. He wanted to see all of these men getting in and out of her just to probably demean her and dehumanize her, and just so that she couldn't have nothing on them. Like, you in this too. You know what I'm saying? So she said it was humiliating and emotionally overwhelming, breaking down in tears in the stand. Although she told Combs she didn't want to continue, she approached the topic gently out of fear. She didn't want him to simply replace her with someone else or become angry. So, that was probably out of love. She wanted to still beat her. She didn't be like, damn, well, if I stop, somebody else is going to come in. Now, I do believe that not only was Cassie plied with drugs and different substances, but I think the money also kept her there too, because it was just like, my career is not blowing up. What am I going to do next? You know what I mean? What am I going to do next? All right. So let's move on to some more words from Cassie. All right. So I believe is this it? All right. Let's see. All right, so we got one more. So let's read this last thing from the Shade Room. All right. So Cassie testified that the escort was sent away because he couldn't perform. She explained that a safe escort was someone who wasn't a cop and wouldn't talk about their experience. When asked why avoiding a cop mattered, she said that she realized that the situation was illegal, prompting a defense objection, and the judge instructed that the jury to disregard her comment. Regarding payment, Cassie said that either security delivered the cash or Combs brought it himself. Really out here just paying for sex. Really just sick. You couldn't bring your kids to Disney World. You couldn't fly them to a different country. Let's go to Guatemala. Let's go to Dubai. It's like you just got money. You just want to have sex. Like, yo, sex is good, but it's not going to ruin my life. It's not going to. It ain't. It won't. I won't allow it to. I think that these people just make so much money that they just get bored and they just feel like their power. They can get what they want when they want it. They're going to make you do what they want when they want you to do it. Listen, a lot of you, if you watching this video and you had dreams of being in the music industry and it never worked out, maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Cassie testified that she used drugs at every freak off to dissociate and feel emotionless, naming substance like Special K, GHB, mushrooms, ecstasy, and MDMA. Is it ketamine, I think, is Special K? Is that what the Special K is? She said that Combs also used drugs, and sometimes the escorts did too. In an email exchange, Cassie confirmed that they were discussing drug use with Combs, indicating that he was high. She explained she took more drugs to mentally escape the experiences when she said she hated it. All right. Even when the drugs made her vomit, Combs told her to continue. So that is coercion. You know, I felt like she was saying things in here where she was just like, you know, she was doing it because she wanted to be with him. I'm like, damn, why she didn't say he made? So she has, you know, droppings in her testimony that does state that he wanted her to continue. So, yeah. I think Diddy is done. I don't know what the outcome of this case is going to be. We're almost finished reading this, but I think Diddy is done. All right. So Cassie said that she did not want to continue. She talked about the drugs. Cassie testifies about being directed by Diddy on who to contact when drugs ran out. All right. She also describes an incident where after an escort finished, Diddy instructed that the substance be placed on his body, that his nut. After an escort ejaculated inside of Cassie, Diddy instructed that the substance, the semen, be placed on his body, specifically on his nipples. Ooh, you nasty. This is something she did but did not want to do. Diddy is a freak. Let me ask you a question, right? I feel like there's something that's just not being stated, or maybe Diddy hid it. Maybe he had a whole new group of guys. Because why would you want another guy's semen on your nipples? I think that's weird. All right. So Cassie testifies to feeling dehumanized, objectified by men, and for some sessions being watched by Diddy via FaceTime. Recordings of the session sometimes appeared in Cassie's devices, which she would delete. So she said that the recordings would appear in her devices, which she would delete, calling them disgusting and expressing a desire for no one to ever see them. Sean's devices were also used at times. Ventura asked him to delete any of the videos, but doesn't know if he actually did it. Cassie recounts leaving a freak off early at the Century City Intercontinental because of an upcoming premiere. She says Diddy became violent, hitting her between sessions as she tried to leave via the elevator. I wonder if this is a hotel situation. He allegedly threw her to the ground, grabbing Cassie by the neck and by the hoodie. The prosecution then presented a hotel hallway video evidence to support the account. Wow. So that's deep. Cassie recounts leaving a freak off early at the Century City Intercontinental because of an upcoming premiere. She says that Diddy became violent, hitting her between sessions as she tried to leave via the elevator. He allegedly threw her to the ground, grabbing Cassie by the neck and by the hoodie. The prosecution then presented hotel hallway video evidence to support the account. Yeah, they nailed it to him with that. Listen, is this pretty much it, what they said from Cassie from day one? I think that's pretty much it. Listen, that there is horrible. That right there is horrible. That paints Diddy just as the monster and the demonic person that we knew he was. Now listen, there's another rhyme from Lil Kim. Do y'all remember the song "Satisfy You" by Diddy? Well, Lil Kim did the remix, right? And I'm noticing now that most of the songs that she was on with Diddy, a lot of the songs, it was like sexually charged. And I remember what was the lyrics to "Satisfy You" remix? Do you want me, baby, butt naked on some rug ish, or thugged out on some clips? On some Crips and some blood ish? It's your call. The queen do it all. Anything you do for me, I do 10 times more. Forget the small talk. Let me sit on your face so I can move like a hula hoops around my waist. What's your fantasy? Can I fulfill your wish? Is it me and two iggers? Is it me with two iggers? Hitters, or me and a bitch? So she telling him in the lyrics, what's your fantasy? Can I fulfill your wish? Is it me and two hitters, or me and a bitch? Whoa, whoa. Time to get freaky, like my friend CD. Do me, baby. Now this is Puff Kim. I think you the one for me. Let's get married so you can have a son for me. Now, Lil Kim, not now, baby. Stick your tongue in me. Make it feel good. I might let you come in me. And when you call me mommy, ooh, I love it. I ain't gonna lie, it makes me want to go public. Tell the whole world that I'm your girl. Tell the whole world that I'm your girl. Take pictures with our nines in the cut in New York Times. He grew up bad. He grew up bad, just like his mom and dad. He grew up bad, just like his mom and dad. A real hitter's all I want, all I ever had. Things you do give a chick the chills, like writing that I love you on $100 bills. We eat each other's fruits like kiwi and mangoes. We eat each other fruits like kiwi and mangoes, rock kangos while we do the merengo. And when we fight, we both get bruised. We lie to everybody, say they matching tattoos. And when we fight, we both get bruised. We lie to everybody, say they matching tattoos. My got beef, ain't you could tell me. I cut a hit a throat like Shakita and Belly. Won a house in Africa. Carnivals in my backyard. House surrounded by security guards with a big ass club called Kim and him with a pool full of diamonds I could go swimming in. Yeah, so it made me think about that. You know, we grew up bad, just like your mom and dad. A real hitter's all I want, all I ever had. Check out that Satisfy You remix. Check that out. A lot of people don't know about that. When I was younger, me and my friends, we thought we was the only one who know about that. How you want me, baby? Butt naked on some rug-ish, or thugged out on some Crips and some blush. Forget the small talk. Let me sit on your face so I can move like a hula hoops around your waist. What's your fantasy? Can I fulfill your wish? Is it me and two hitters, or me and a chick? Yeah, crazy. Prayers go out to Cassie. I wish her, the best. You know, she's with child, so she has twins, so now she's going to be giving birth to another child. So blessings to her, blessings to her family. I know that this is trying for her family, you know, just having to relive all of this and talk about it. And Cassie's supposed to be also hitting this, continuing her testimony tomorrow. So listen, potent pondering, I've already been up here jacking and all of that. I really want your comments below. Let me know what you think about the Lil Kim and the connection to what Young Miami said about urination. Cassie is talking about urination. What do you think that this is with Lil Kim? Not to mention the shower pissing all up in your mouth. What, you think I'm kidding? That's crazy. She said hitters want to run up in my P-word like a pap smear. I'ma tell you now, just like I told you last year, hitters ain't licking it. Hitters ain't sticking it unless they lick the kitten. Too many chickens just be licking the dick, and I'm a picky one. That's crazy. Yo, I want to know what you think about this whole case as it, pertains to Diddy. This is day 2, I believe. So get in the comments, let me know what you think. Potent pondering, never pander. I'm going to try my best to do a video every day until the month is out. I promise you, I'm going to try. Subscribe to the channel. you know, send some good energy out there to Cassie. At first, like I said, when I was listening earlier and reading like the transcripts from the case, I felt as though like, damn, Cassie wasn't saying what I wanted, you know, her to say, what I thought that she was going to say. But I think that, you know, she portrayed herself, and you know, and she's definitely stated multiple times that Diddy wanted her to stay. The violence, all of that is going to play a role and a major factor in this case. And listen, they expecting that this is going to run through July. What did they say? Beginning of July, mid-July, whatever. They said it's going to be 6 to 8 weeks, I believe, right? So it's going to be more witnesses coming forward. So we're just going to see how this turns out. Potent, pondering, never pandering. I'm happy to be back. Subscribe. Make sure that you join my walking group. The challenge, the link is going to be in my description below. It's on the Pacer app. So once you click it, you'll be able to download the app. But I really want more people to join. So do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Potent, ponder. I'm up out of here. Peace.